I've been kicking it with Coog. I've been kicking it with Coog. I've been kicking it with
Yo, welcome back to another episode of Kickin It. This is my first time doing a Kickin It in person since it's been a while.
This year, probably.
When did we do our Coog one? Was that this year?
Yeah.
It had to be this year, right? It's been a while. Definitely pre-COVID for sure.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Absolutely. So welcome back to Kickin It with Coog. I am your humble host, Coog, with Sky Bento. I'm probably gonna call him Switch a lot through this interview because I've known him for years and he had a name switch, but he had a name change rather. So if I call him Switch, understand this is Sky Bento.
And I totally understand. You already know, as he just said, Sky Bento, born in New Bedford, based in Los Angeles currently. And back here, I'm proud with the homie Coog. Man, how are you doing today, bro?
I'm doing well, man. Can't complain. Just got home from work. Look, I'm just kicking it. No bullshit. That's literally how the name happened.
That's on brand.
Yeah, no, it's super on brand. Nah, everything's good, man. I can't complain. I just, work, daily note, put up merch, repeat. How about you?
Right now, work, and I can finally add putting out merch to
Hey!
list of things that I have in common with you. So here's your gift.
Thank you.
The first collaboration with my homie's brand, Lesson Over Losses, X Sky Bento. It's the Immortalized While Alive drop. And it's an official vintage Sky Bento.
I fucking love vintage tees, man. This is fire.
Thank you, man.
You did good on this, bro.
My brother Solo designed it. Solo not saloon, I'll let your boy.
Did good on the heat press. This is nice. I'll definitely get a fit with this soon. Let's get straight to the interview / whatever. So for those who don't know, I don't write questions, and the reason I call it Kicking It is because it's like an interview, but it's like just a regular conversation. So if no questions are asked, I'm sorry.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
We just kicking it.
Absolutely. So you mentioned you reside in LA now. I'm your friend, so I knew you're moving obviously at a time. For those who don't know, what are you doing out there, and how are you surviving out there? How is it, man? Because that's a major move.
It is, and it's crazy because it was such a delayed reaction for me personally to how major it was. It's you realize when you get around the people that are only in LA, you don't get those vibes in other cities. Once you get that authentic LA experience, that's when it hits you. It's whoa, I'm in fucking LA right now, bro.
Yeah.
So it was a dope move that I had been planning to make since I graduated college, really, back in 2016.
Where'd you graduate from?
UMass Army.
Yeah,
Got my bachelor's in psychology.
I always forget you're a little older than me.
On the low.
Yeah, I always forget that. Do you like it out there though?
I love it, man. I love it. Especially pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Especially pre-COVID, I loved it. But right now, it's still, because it's LA and that doesn't change, the beauty has not changed at all. You still go to Melrose, and it still looks like Melrose. You go to Venice Beach, Santa Monica, it still looks like Venice Beach, Santa Monica.
Okay.
It's hard to tell that we're in a pandemic. Honestly, out there.
That's at least at least you get the beauty with LA, because I feel that's the one thing everyone wants to see, sightseeing wise. They want to see just the way it is. It's beautiful out there. The way they live, the way they are, the way people dress out there, just a different experience. I've only been once.
How long were you there for?
A day. Literally a day. And I'm straight. It was like a family trip either too, so I didn't get a chance to go around, have fun. I was young. I was 16.
But you still
I saw Staples Center. That's all I need to see.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's all I needed to see.
Man, for me the illest sightseeing experience that I remember was literally right after I touched down.
Yeah.
And World Way, I believe is the name of the street that it is, right after you get off LAX. And it's just palm trees lined up.
That's crazy.
And I've never seen palm trees in my life.
Really?
In real life, in person,
wow.
No, I've never seen a palm tree before that.
Damn.
So to be exposed to not one, but X amount of fucking palm trees lined up, all beautiful. The street is clean.
Yeah.
I'm from New Bedford. Our streets ain't clean like that. We got potholes and all this extra shit. If you driving down a smooth ass road lined with palm trees, nigga, I don't care how much money you have in your pocket at that moment. You feel like a goddamn millionaire.
It's a beautiful feeling. I feel for places like LA, places like Miami, you play the tropical vacation spots. The second you leave the airport, it's I'm here.
Absolutely.
And not too many places have that aura to it.
Nah, not at all, not at all.
Cause even at a young age when I went, I was like, damn, like this is, nigga, I'm in LA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But now you live there, so that's like that's an interesting like flex. Congratulations! Not a lot of people can like move to another state and just one survive, and two, you know, connect. You've been networking a lot. Let's talk about like the music scene out there, like what you've been up to, aside from like working on music.
Yeah, of course. I mean, how I survived was literally an inspiring story for me on its own because I started as a dishwasher.
Wow.
In a restaurant over in Beverly Hills, and super dope environment because you know it's in Beverly Hills.
Of course.
The people that you're gonna be around there, the people that come in, you know, Terry Crews been there. I met
Wrong person to mention right now, but
of course that's why I led with him. It's LA. They're all there. You know what I mean? So I started as a dishwasher there, but I knew I wasn't cut out for that dishwasher.
Of course, yeah.
I knew, of course. You know, I went there to be front of house, but because I knew one of the chefs, they put me in the back. So, you know, I flexed my personality a little bit, showed some hands, you know what I mean, let motherfuckers know who I was. I had the fucking dish pit, that's what we called it. We had that shit jumping because I had my speakers playing all the early 2000s joints. And motherfuckers knew my name, so I'm back there singing Usher at the top of my heart. So they knew who the fuck I was, and eventually it's like, yo, you're not supposed to be back here. And I'm like, I know. I'm glad you caught on. I'd like to be in the front of the house. And yeah, it was pretty much within a week or two, they had me up in the front of the house. And now I'm busting the tables. I'm actually, you know, helping whoever comes in out. And through that, you know, you meet a lot of dope people. You meet, of course, influencers, millions of influencers, YouTubers, all that extra shit, actors, actresses.
Also, it's a poppin' restaurant.
It's just in Beverly Hills. It's not the most poppin' restaurant in Beverly Hills, but it being in Beverly Hills, it's not Saks Fifth or anything like that.
Yeah.
But it's in Beverly Hills, so you know, it's a dope restaurant. It actually feels like New York. That's the crazy thing about it.
Really?
People come in and have told me that, and I'm like, yeah.
I need to go to LA like soon. I gotta go to LA a few times, honestly, just because like I feel like I'm not getting that like a good experience by having not gone there. I've been almost everywhere else, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But LA is the one place that I just keep not going to.
Man, it's better the longer you're there, but there is a certain point where it definitely gets monotonous because it's sunny every day. Because it's
Elaborate.
It's almost like, you know, the movie Groundhog Day, right? You keep waking up and it's the same day.
I've actually never seen this movie,
I've never seen it either.
but I know about it.
But yeah, but I'm aware of that.
Okay.
That plot that actually. So, it's that kind of feeling because it's just always sunny. Like it never rains there. You never get any type of precipitation there really, and it's desert sun. Like it's desert climate there, so it's like very dry and heat, like all year round. Like it feels like there's really no seasons. It definitely gets a little colder,
Do you miss
especially
snow?
like up in the valley. Hell no.
Okay.
Hell no.
So with all that being said, you still don't miss snow?
No.
Right.
I actually hate snow.
Nah, I don't fuck with snow at all.
At all.
Snow's trash.
Yeah, it's like
Like living in Georgia, like the fact that like we didn't get snow was fire. I was like, we don't get snow. It's
I love
rare.
that shit too. When I was in
Yeah.
Atlanta as well, that was how I made my way to LA actually.
I actually think you made it's interesting because Rain did it backwards. She did that like that.
Yeah.
But I was gonna mention like there's a lot of like New England people in LA as well. Like I see people. I see you link with Rain a few times.
Yeah,
I
that's
try to link
homie.
you with like Nessie from Coog the Coog homies. A
Yeah,
lot of like
I
New
linked up
England.
with Nessie as well.
Oh, you ended up doing it?
I did meet Nessie. Yeah.
Oh,
I
shit.
went out with Rain one night. And
Oh,
we all
hell
went
yeah.
out together.
That's my guy right there.
Yeah, we did like a photo shoot together and everything. I started taking pictures.
Bro.
Yeah, it was ill. So I'm really starting to really fuck with photography on the low. Just like I love the art of saying, yo, this is just cool to look at.
Hell yeah.
Like, and then, you know, obviously it can get a little bit deeper when you start taking angles and
You know.
that shifts the perception of the entire image.
Photography is a very interesting like side hustle. It's the people who are actually good at photography, good shit, because it's not easy.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. Like, it takes so much dedication.
Are you recording on LA?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
do you like where are you going to a specific studio? Your crib?
No, actually, I've been recording pretty much in the crib. I've adopted very much a DIY kind of process for myself, honestly. Because when I came out there, I was being managed. And
Oh, were you?
I was living with my manager, yup.
Your manager's from LA or from here?
He's from New Bedford actually, but
Okay.
he's lived in LA for like 15 years. Homie Mikey Lay, shout out to him.
Is he still your mentor?
No.
Okay.
No, not currently, but we're on good terms.
Okay.
He's a cool dude, and he put me on out there.
Okay.
So, but he had a studio, and I was using that. And it was just the crib studio. And I got so used to that, so used to recording myself, and I really found my own way, especially because at that point I was really getting into doing my own production too. So it all just kind of came together, me learning how to just make a song from the ground up, make the whole beat, like record it, engineer it myself, like did the whole.
Are you only getting on your own beats?
No, not currently. I actually do get on a lot of other people's beats.
Okay.
I gotten on the homie Johnny Juice. That's a young producer from out in DC, but he actually lived in LA for a short period of time.
Okay.
We did a whole EP together. Dropped that back in May called Ride or Die. I'm also working with a lot of producers from my homie Young Wild Des. He's another rapper from New Bedford that lives on the West Coast as well right now. He's got a deal with Revive Music Group.
Oh wow.
And they got some producers in house that, because of my strong affiliation with Des, and they all fuck with
You
me.
get
I'll
production
fuck
on
with them
that as well?
Yeah, they've been holding me down as well. And I'm always looking for more, people that are just producers to work with, because it allows me to discover new bags for myself. I look at it very much the same way I feel like a 50 in 2001 before Get Rich or Die Trying, or a Lil Wayne
Okay.
in like 2006, would look at just beats. It's like, oh, this is different. You know what I mean? Even if it is the same, there might be a slight change in the pocket, and it's like that causes you to accidentally find a whole new way of expressing yourself. And you can never have enough freedom with your art.
So from when I met you to like now, your like music style has changed like a lot.
Yeah.
So talk about just the journey of like finding your sound, finding the things that work for you, finding the things that work for you, trials to really like talk about that, because like a lot of people like who are now just getting hip to you, like you've been active for like as long as I've been active, like
Yeah.
I want to say at least 10 years.
Yeah.
Making, dropping, performing like shows here and there. Like you've been an active artist for a while. So talk about just the way you've been able to transition into new sounds, do it well.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually something that once I started to notice, I really took advantage of, because once I realized, oh shit, I'm growing, it was the most, like I said, freedom is the best thing about creating your art. Like, it's so good and therapeutic, especially when you're talking about, your actual feelings and shit that you actually think in your actual worldview. You think about shit that actually matters to you.
Yeah.
Like, when you putting that out and you finding new ways to express that, it's just, you want to do it over and over and over again. And then that does get repetitive on its own, so without even thinking about it, you're naturally going to try different things within that. So for me, I started as a rapper. I know you're aware that I started as a full-blown rapper. I was all about bars, not even that much about flow when I started. And I know you can attest to that. My shit, I did not have a flow when I had started, man, at all. But I still listen back and I feel like, yo, that was a bar. So I can acknowledge that, because that's where I started. That still has that little bit of merit to it.
Would you say like the way you originally the way you were rapping more like bars than flow? Would you say because your influences?
I think
Because I feel like growing up, we all listen to like the punchline rappers, like the Waynes and whatnot. So do you feel like your like love for bars starts there?
Absolutely, and my specific love for corny bars, which I can acknowledge are corny, and that was a big part of me originally when I first started rapping, was let me make sure I say something corny, but I can pull that shit off.
Yeah.
Because I loved just the random, like, why would you say that, but it sticks in your head shit that Lil Wayne might say or Kanye might say.
Yeah, Kanye gets away with a lot of really bad lines.
Especially on College Dropout, like when he was first starting. But that made it feel so human.
Not even now though, like he gets away with a lot of very like what?
Very trash, very questionable.
Very like, and that's who's my favorite rapper.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wayne gets away with. There's a lot of rappers. J. Cole gets away with a lot of really bad bars. But this conversation for another day. I don't want niggas.
They all do. They all do.
The comments.
But we all have slip ups. You know what I mean?
For
like
sure.
you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, but
Absolutely.
still gonna miss some when you try to shoot for them all.
So right now, would you say like this is your sound? Like, did you find are you finally like getting your niche?
Yeah, I feel like no one
You're
can do what I
confident,
do.
sorry.
Yeah, I totally feel like no one can do what it is that I do.
Mhm.
And that's not to say that I'm better than anybody or anybody's better than me. It's just that I'm at a place where I'm just at peace with it. I love making music so much. We're all different. I believe I can enhance when I work with other people, absolutely, and I feel like they should feel the same way about working with me, and I feel like that's how all artists, should be. You should be confident enough for your shit to be like, and I am the best. The best what? The best me. Because can't nobody do what the fuck you do exactly how you do it. And that's where I'm at with it. And I'm still finding out new ways of how I can do what it is that I do, but the thing, it always has the common thread of it being what I do. It's always going to sound like Bento. You get Bento on the track, you might not know what you're getting, but you know you're getting the same quality. You know you're getting that same person. I don't change. Keep it the same energy at all times. I might be on a different emotion. I might have a slightly more informed worldview on a different track than I previously did, but it's still me.
I mean, I know you personally, and I know your music, so I agree. I think it's very who you are at that moment.
Yeah,
I feel like the best music is made from honesty, like how you're feeling about specific things, so I understand.
Yeah.
So speaking of like doing the things that you do, I feel like right now you're kind of on your best, not kind of, like as a fan and a friend, you're on your best rollout, you drop shirts. It seems like the sport's been really crazy, by the way. So congratulations on that. I feel.
Honestly, thank you to everybody who has supported that.
Nah, for sure.
Reality, like I said, my homie Sola, that shit would not came out the way it did.
It's just dope. So, you're doing the rollout, project dropping soon. Like, let's talk about everything that's happening right now for like those who are just now getting hip. Talk about what's coming.
Yeah, so I'm currently on a streak with myself. I set myself to the standard of releasing some new music every month. So I release every month a new video or a new song or
just once a month,
a project. Every month at least once.
Okay.
You might get 2 or 3 songs a month, but I like to spread it out. I like to time my shit. I'm playing the marathon. The marathon always continues. So you can't sprint and drop something every week as much as I might want to. I just space it out on a monthly basis, and sometimes I might drop something that's not, I don't want to say as exciting, but something that's not new. I might drop a video to an old song. So like in July, I just dropped a video for by X3, which was the intro to my February album, I Hope You Love Me.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's an older record.
It's an older record, but the video never came out. So I had that, but because it was an older song, I said, you know what, I have this new project about to come out. I'm gonna do the first single in the same month as that video. Wow.
Do you think the video got more attention / love than like originally on the album, in your opinion?
I don't.
Okay.
I think the album, because I didn't drop anything from it really ahead of time, and I just kind of dropped the artwork, and there were some songs leading up to it that might give you a hint of where I'm going, especially with the new Jack Swing single, Old Thing Back, to kind of let you know that I was getting a little bit more into an R&B bag.
Yep. Cause you listen to a lot of music, so like I feel like you definitely listen to a lot of music, and you can tell with like you just mentioned the new Jack Swing record, you did the NSYNC like flip, you know what I mean? So it's you're always doing very different things, and it definitely comes from the music that you're making. I like that you listen to.
I would not be making music without Justin Timberlake.
That's crazy.
Truthfully, that was Michael Jackson when I was a fucking kid. Obviously,
not me. I get
Michael, but I mean, obviously Michael's Michael.
JT's incredible. I think JT's top tier.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think like I think I own
100%.
I think I own like 3 Justin Timberlake like tour shirts, and they're like all joints.
Because his shit's fire.
Nah, he's a fucking man. Who else do you listen to? Who else? Like, what is your official top 5?
My official top 5. We talking rappers or we just talking music?
Let's do rappers, then we can do like artists outside of hip hop.
Okay. Rappers. Number 1's Weezy.
Okay.
Weezy F Baby. I believe that's the greatest rapper of all time. Bar none.
By the way, I'm not here to debate.
No, of course.
I genuinely just want to know.
Not at all. I just want to put that statement out. Draw that line in the sand right there. I don't think anybody would be doing what they're doing right now if he didn't do what he did.
Absolutely. Like, I think him and Kanye are like the most influential rappers of our time.
Yep.
And there's no one. It's not close to anyone. There's not a number 3 or 4.
Nah.
It's them 2. That's it.
Absolutely.
In my opinion.
And that's why Kanye's in that top 5 as well. Tip and Jeezy.
Tip Jeezy.
Very instrumental in me falling in love with music.
Yeah.
Just the energy, the raw energy. TM 101.
Classic.
Trap music, Paper Trail. Like
Classic hip hop.
Them niggas at them middle 2000s from like 04 to like right before Wayne started going crazy and took over everything, I would say. Like 2008, like the shit that shit had the
Those
pure
eras back to back were nuts.
Yeah.
Because right after that era, we get the blog era. It's just like, yo, what the fuck? And
Exactly.
those guys birthed this era, so it's just like, yo, what the fuck? Like,
is ridiculous.
I think they all four artists you named just taught you the one how like to always improve, and two to like just outwork everyone. Because between all those guys, there has to be like 30 projects. Like Jeezy himself has mad mixtapes.
Yeah. I'd say over 100. I'm talking about Wayne.
I'm not. Yeah, let's take Wayne out that. Like Wayne has a million projects, but between all those guys, there's like so many platinum albums, so many like highly regarded mixtapes, so many like 10 out of 10 verses. Like those guys set the standard of like, yo, you come in hot, you leave hot. Like that's it. Like, but all four of those guys are still like relatively relevant.
Absolutely.
Like,
and number 5 will be Pimp C.
Pimp C.
Pimp C.
Over Bun B.
Yes.
I feel that.
Bun B's a better rapper, but Pimp C's a better Pimp C.
So do you think, what is it about Pimp C that makes him tough? By the way, I'm not, like, I think Pimp C's a legend. I love Houston music, I love Houston rappers. And I think Pimp C stood for a lot of just real things.
Exactly. And that always came through. He was a thoroughbred nigga, a real thoroughbred nigga.
For sure.
Like, especially when he came home from jail, on that Underground Kings album, he really got to speak into just a lot of the ways, especially, like, now that we can look back at it and see what happened with the whole clout chasing era and the way niggas is literally what was for a certain period of time.
Yeah, he wasn't wrong.
Everything for clicks, and just how much the internet took over and attention spans got, like, way shorter. Just all the shit that he preached about, like, niggas just not selling their souls, niggas staying true to who the fuck they are. Niggas really being trill niggas and not folding or breaking or doing no fucking extra out of here shit. Like, do you. However different that fucking is, you do you, but you stand on that shit.
Nah, man, I think Pimp C, and I say this like twice a month, I feel like. I think the South is responsible for like some of the illest shit. And the fact that UGK is so high on this really long list, like you've seen the Atlanta and like New York and the New York shirts that I mean, it's like, yo, if making the Atlanta shirt was so tough, but making the Houston shirt that I'm working on is even tougher. Just Houston alone, bro. Not even Texas, just Houston alone.
Oh, I'm ready for that Houston shirt. You've been going crazy.
Yeah, no, Houston definitely happened, but it's like, yo, just Houston alone. The fact that like Bummy and Pimp C are like the top 3 that they have to be, no matter who you're talking to, is insane. And Pimp C's run is just incredible. I was wondering, like,
ridiculous.
Most people like Bun B for a specific reason. Most people like Pimp C for a specific
Well,
reason.
Pimp C was also, and Bun B, this is actual Bun B quote. I might not say it verbatim because I don't remember the exact words, but this nigga said Pimp C was the sound of UGK.
I can believe that.
He made the beats. He sang the hooks.
Yeah, he produced, he was an amazing producer. He doesn't get enough credit for that.
At all. No Crit, no Cole maybe.
Not
Cole I think has a lot of Kanye influence, so he might still be a little bit there, but even Kendrick got a lot of Pimp C influence in the beats that he chooses.
I mean, I think almost every rapper at this point has sampled Pimp C at one point.
Yeah,
and
Drake.
This is also the guy that, you know, hopped on a record with like Jay-Z, who's arguably the greatest rapper ever, and like not only held his own, but man, I have the better verse. Depending who you're talking to.
That might be my favorite rap verse of all time.
You get what I'm saying? Like his big Pippin verse is like a monumental time. You know what I mean? And the fact that Jay-Z outsourced them to get them on this record just shows.
Pip didn't even want to do that.
And that's my point. Like this is a nigga who's just like,
said, fuck y'all niggas. I'm not getting on this fucking Fruit Loop ass beat. I'm gonna give you some country ass shit, nigga.
You get what I'm saying? Like, bro, he's incredible. Rest in peace,
Pimp C.
Pimp
Came up with the fair. Yeah, rest in peace, Tony Stone.
Rest in peace, Pimp C.
He's definitely my top 5.
Are you excited that, as you know, Megan Thee Stallion's like really influenced, and she's apparently getting like access to like a bunch of unreleased verses and production? Like, are you excited for that? I'm
super excited. I would love to see, honestly, them come together for a collaborative project.
Yeah, nah. I think Maxo, like a lot of the newer Houston rappers that like rap,
they all
pay homage, and it's so dope.
Pimp is Screw. I still listen to Chopper Screw.
Yeah, nah, Screw. That's DJ Screw's another just Houston, man. I can't wait for this Houston trip. I can't wait for this.
I can't wait to go, bro. They have the most beautiful women as well. Twitter showed me that.
Twitter showed you that?
Twitter showed me that.
Huh.
Every fly ass Abby on the TL click.
Houston?
Yup.
I mean, that's what Meg's from, so that actually makes a lot of sense.
Alright, jeez. Exactly. When I see Megan found out she was from Houston, I'm like, oh.
So was she just like regular out there, you think? Just because like how much they have? Probably, I don't
Meg's beautiful, and I wish her
Meg's
recovery.
Meg's fire. Yo, I keep forgetting that like she got shot by Tory Lanez.
That shit is.
That's like a real.
Allegedly.
She allegedly. That shit's nuts, man.
I hope, speedy recovery to Megan Thee Stallion, man. And I hope, like, she finds peace, because that's a traumatic situation.
Oh, jeez, bro. That was ridiculous. And Tory Lanez was the only nigga on earth that could have said 2020 might have been the best year, bro.
It was going well. It was... He even made a fan out of me.
Yeah.
And I was super, like, nah, I'm like Tory Lanez. Like, for a very long time, I was like, I don't get it.
And I was
Yeah,
a long time fan, so for me to even see that.
You've been a fan of Tory Lanez since, like,
high school,
09, 08.
Yeah.
Radio. But let's get on to another subject. We don't got too much time.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I know we was talking about
dropping
it
everything.
being dropping every month. So August is the official month that I am releasing Super Bento Sunshine,
Let's talk about that.
and it sounds like my shirt, both of them,
Yeah.
cause it's such a fucking mixtape. Like, I'm a big fan of X, and one of the things I loved about X was that you felt the music not because of the mixes, but the way that they were mixed. You really felt the music.
For sure.
So
So it's gonna sound like a mixtape.
it's gonna
like
sound
DJ
like a
Noel?
2000s mixtape.
Okay.
It's being hosted by Fresco.
Oh, Fresco's the homie.
Yeah, and every time Fresco's that nigga, I was in LA, so everybody like, yo, if Fresco DJs an event back home, that's where everybody goes at, man. When Fresco's
Fresco's from Bedford as well, right? Yep.
Fresco is the DJ that runs the fucking city. So
I
said,
did not
yo,
know that. But I'm not also from Bedford.
not for real. But since everybody's been quarantined and shit, and you know there hasn't been a lot of going out and there's much less events to go to, I wanted this project to feel like an event, so I had him host it, and it's all very tropical themed, outside themed,
Like
nostalgic feeling, cookout summer vibes. Like, so that's why it's Super Bento Sunshine.
Is Super Mario Sunshine your favorite Mario game?
No,
Touch the ring.
it's up there. It's definitely the one I have, one of the most nostalgic with, like Super Mario World.
Which one's that? Which system?
That's one with Yoshi. Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo?
Yeah, that's
I've actually never beat a Super Mario game. I beat like all the other, like I've beat Odyssey, I beat Sunshine, I beat like all the subdivision games,
Yeah.
but I've never beat like a,
Left direction.
nah, never. I don't know.
Yeah.
I get bored after a while. I know they're fun though, I should.
Oh yeah, they're super fun. Super Mario World is the best one.
Oh, you said it's on the Super Nintendo?
With Yoshi.
So I was just watching Pawn Stars. This is my last video game question. We'll get back into music. I was watching Pawn Stars
Good.
yesterday.
Yep.
They had this first ever Super Mario video game. 9.4 condition. Do you think it was worth $1 million? Rick didn't buy it. I thought he should have. But this is like the first real video game like
But there's so many copies of it. That's the thing. That's what
there's none in that condition though. It's the best conditioned video game. Like
But
of
it's
that.
still.
Okay.
I feel like the value is still limited by the fact that it's, you know, in time,
Good job, Rick.
it's pretty much gonna go down to the same as the other, obviously. But that's one of the biggest selling video games of all time. You know what I mean?
I think it still is.
Nah, Wii Sports passed it a while ago. And I think something passed Wii
Oh,
Sports.
I'm Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Call of
I
Duty.
think Call of Duty passed Wii
I
Sports.
think Odyssey might be up there too. though.
No, Grand Theft Auto passed.
Five.
Grand Theft Auto 5. That was it. Yep. That passed Wii Sports. But that's the top three. Last time I checked, that was the top three. Grand Theft Auto 5, fucking
Wii Sports.
Wii Sports, and then Super Mario.
Did people buy Wii Sports or did the Wii Sports just
It
come
was
with the
packed.
Wii?
It was packed.
Ah, that's
No, people
cheating.
did buy it, but that's how many people bought Wii's. Nigga.
Damn.
Everybody had a Wii.
Yo, you own Wii Sports?
Meanwhile, had a Wii.
Did you own Wii Sports? Braga, did you own Wii Sports? Yo, you know what's crazy? I didn't own a Wii, but I somehow owned Wii Sports.
Exactly,
That's
man.
insane.
You just woke up one day, nigga, and it was just there.
Huh.
No Wii to go in.
Just like the YouTube album.
Yep.
Wow.
Wii Sports, the original YouTube album.
Yo, Nintendo, you some slick motherfucker.
They been Nintendo
Yo, they're
shit.
slick. Wow. So you're dropping a project next month. That's gonna be the project of the month.
Yeah,
It's gonna sound like a mix-up. Is it dropping as DSPs or is it beyond that pip?
it's dropping on the PS.
Ah, you gotta drop that pip too for the culture.
Sure.
For the culture,
I'm trying to
just
put it
for
everywhere.
me.
I'm trying to put it on audio.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean-
trying to put it on SoundCloud. I'm trying to put it on Bandcamp. I want it to be available everywhere.
For sure.
I don't care about
Nah, I know, but like
streaming.
we need that pip.
Yeah,
So
we need it everywhere. Yep.
to restore that feeling.
For sure, for sure. So yeah, we got Fresco doing the drops. It's a full length Sky Bento project. 8 tracks.
8 tracks.
Sky Bento project.
Still really quick though.
Oh, it's 8 tracks. Yep.
So like a really quick album because
I like my projects to be able to be listened to in the same amount of time as an anime or something.
oh,
Because that's the perfect amount of time to just spend on something real quick with no commitment. And if it's ill enough, you know, you pick your favorite song.
that was a
You go
really
back to the whole bag.
that was a really cool, like dope way.
That's how I feel.
What's your favorite anime? Is Dragon Ball? Do people do like anime heads get mad at you for saying that?
Nah, because they understand what type of anime fan I am when I say that.
Got you. You're not like a deep anime fan. Are you?
I'm not, but I have so much respect for it, and I would love to be a deep anime fan.
It's a lot of commitment.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time. I watched probably one handful of it. Fuck that.
You're looking at someone who probably has. I definitely watched at least like 7 animes fully,
Yeah.
but I was younger. Like I don't think I can commit to anything now. Unless it's even like One Punch Man, which is only like 2 seasons. I'm still on season 2 because I have a hard time committing to TV shows, especially
It reminded me. I gotta watch a movie. See Seven Deadly Sins.
Is that amazing? Huh. I really like that. My music's as long as I can.
Yeah, just one quick little episode. If you take the commercials out, it's always like 20-some minutes. If you watch it on Crunchyroll or YouTube or whatever the fuck you watching the anime on, it's like a 20-minute episode.
What's your favorite Dragon Ball Z saga? So why?
Android South. Because Gohan.
Okay, because Gohan, yeah, you Gohan it too.
Gohan is me. I have a Goku tattoo.
I saw you had a Gohan one too.
Nah, not yet. I'm gonna get one.
Okay.
I want Gohan crying on my shoulder. But I always just really identify with Gohan and be like the half Saiyan and shit.
I think
dying.
they did it dirty.
It all just really hit me.
Do you not like the Buu saga because it came a bitch? Tell the truth.
I actually like the Buu saga because that was actually the first saga I watched from front to back. I got into Dragon Ball Z later. I got into Dragon Ball Z when they found Dr. Jiro's lab.
Wow.
That was the first episode.
Yeah, you missed a lot of fire shit then.
But I went back,
Of
obviously,
course,
and I saw, Raditz come. I see the freaks and shit. And I'm waiting for Super Saiyan because I know that shit exists. So
Yeah.
then I'm like, when did they turn Super Saiyan?
Nah, so I watched Dragon Ball Z from the beginning of my brother. So
Yeah.
like the first time Goku went Super Saiyan, we like the world, like
Us
us as a
fucking
world saw it at the same time. And I used to watch it like I went to Bishop McMinney. Really, there was like an after school program, and like we all got picked up at like 6-ish. So we all watched Dragon Ball Z together. Like we discussed it like as
Went
homies.
crazy, yep.
Yo,
Me and my friends used to do that too, but it was with the Toonami broadcast. We went in, we came in every morning, and we talked about it, and be like, yo, I heard they're gonna fuse and make this Vegito guy. Vegito?
facts.
Yo.
I remember like
I remember that actual reaction. Like, what you mean they're gonna fuse and make Vegito? That name don't make sense. His name's Goku.
Yeah, a lot of people were like,
Gogeta.
yeah, should be Gogeta, but there's Vegito in.
But there is, Gogeta wasn't a real name, but I didn't know that at the time.
Huh.
Not good.
I think my favorite saga is the Buu saga.
It's thematically a lot stronger than people give it
It's so fire.
It's
Yeah, like there's a lot of filler, I get it, but even the filler is really fire.
it goes on way too long.
It
If
does.
Gohan killed Boo right when he showed up and said, "Fight you," no, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah,
It would have been done. I think that would have been
it is a really long saga.
And it felt like a video game.
But it doesn't
felt
really-
like this is the final boss.
To me, it doesn't really drag though because it's like from the first episode of the Buu saga to the last, there's always like really good fighting, and there's always like a really good like
After the high school shit, but I like that.
even the high school shit though. They were like Gohan villains, I guess.
Same niggas from out of the thing.
Yeah, you feel me? Gohan was already doing his thing.
Yeah, nigga. We don't need cops. We just need Gohan.
Exactly. What was the coolest transformation? Gold's head or Trunks? They're both random. You think so?
Bro,
Gold's head is mad funny to me.
Goten's is funny, but Trunks is struggling in front of Vegeta.
Yeah,
Vegeta's
sure.
laughing, and he says, "What you gonna do?" He said, "Guess I'll go Super." Like, you making them both. Like, nigga, what?
I agree. I
Vegeta punched this kid in the face.
think I just like Gold's head more because it's just like
We don't condone child abuse.
I-
Vegeta punched this kid in the face. After that.
He rocked this kid. He rocked this fucking kid.
Like,
So-
come on, man. You mean he do it?
Wait, so I don't go on to favorite character for a second. This is
Vegeta.
Okay, cool. That's all I need to know. I think if Vegeta.
Vegeta got me into it. Vegeta was the first character I liked. I liked Gohan when I went back and I watched the full South Side in high school. I was impressed as fuck.
Vegeta
Came home. just watched
Vegeta
it.
basically like he's
In the manga, he didn't do shit actually. In the manga,
Really?
In the manga, no one helped. It was just
Gohan?
It was just Gohan and Goku.
Ah.
10 minutes.
We got 10 minutes?
We're at 10 minutes.
We're at 10 minutes. We probably could talk Dragon Ball Z all day.
Forever, my nigga. We really fucking good. I can talk about that shit for the rest of my life and not get hungry.
I have 2 more questions. One's gonna be music, one's gonna be Pokemon. I'll do the Pokemon first because I feel like I get really passionate about this. So, Gen 3 is my favorite generation. You hate Gen 3. Why?
Too much water, 7.8 out of 10.
That's an IGN rating, actually, right?
My nigga caught it.
That's an IGN rating. Yeah.
That's the IGN rating. But that's not why I hate it. It's just the only one that didn't. I'm a big fan of progression. That's why I like Kanye so much.
Okay.
Every time Kanye comes, it's always what you got on the last album, but better
Yeah.
in a different direction.
Okay.
Pokemon fucking always got better. Gen 1 was the original. Gen 2, they added day and night.
Gen 2 is so good.
Gen 2 is the best.
I think Gen 2 is the best one.
They had both regions.
Gen 3 is my
and shit.
Gen 3 is just my favorite. Gen 2 is the best one.
You had the whole first game after you beat the regular game in
Yes,
Gen 2, my nigga.
That is fucking true.
That shit.
And you get red.
That's one of the greatest sequels of anything ever. Just for that simple fact that they put the whole original at the end. Just
But
like-
I think the only thing Gen 3 didn't have that Gen 2 didn't have was night. That's it.
Was a day and night, but there was way too much water, nigga. There was way too much HMs. You had to have 2 whole Pokemon just to fucking
That's
get
true.
from point A to point B.
There was a lot of fucking. There were a lot of HMs.
You had to have that big ass fucking sloth nigga that just sat there and slept for 2 turns. You couldn't even
true.
use him in battles, but he knew how to swim.
That's
He
true.
knew how to fucking move boulders.
That's true.
He knew how to smash rocks. That shit was toast, my nigga. I never used that nigga.
Where do you put Diamond and Pearl? I know I said 2 questions.
Right after 4. I mean, right after 2.
That's your third favorite?
I think 2 is the best.
Wow.
2 is the best, and then I think 4 is the best after that.
Diamond and Pearl is. It's
And then
really
the
good.
originals.
It's really fucking good. You're right. Question number 2. I always ask the Kickin' It episode. We're gonna talk a year from now. Where do you want to be? Like, what do you want? What do you need to happen? Talking to us
A year from now?
Year from now. Whether it's a feature, whether it's a tool, like what is the one thing that you need to happen? You got to talk into existence now.
I need to still be as positive and as optimistic about the future, because if that ever goes away, there's nothing really to keep going. You know what I mean? You have to always know that there's bigger and better ahead of you. So next year, I hope, I'm able to still be asked the question, where do you want to be a year from now? And I'm still saying, next year is going to be just better. You know what I mean? As long as you stay consistent, you keep, God in your mind and love in your heart, you stay focused on what you want to do, which I personally just want to spread joy. That's why I make music. I want to spread joy. I want people to be happy when they sing along to my shit. My shit has always been, for me, just my thing. Like, I was doing music I always loved it.
Yeah, you've been doing music for a while.
I started writing songs fucking 5 years old. Like, I was very fucking young, just writing songs. So I always just had so much joy from that. And I used to be really, really sensitive about my shit. You know that.
Yeah.
We rubbed each other the wrong way just because I was super sensitive about my shit and I knew I wasn't as good as I wanted to be. But I knew I had the passion to stick it out to get better. And I just always have continued to make better and better and better music. And I always just get so excited when I find something new, a new pocket, a new level. And that same joy that I get from the growth and going through the process, I want people to understand that it's okay. Wherever they are in their journey, there's always somewhere better to go. Always. That's what I learned from Dragon Ball Z. There's always going to be someone better. I think that's why Goku keeps going. He gets super excited to fight someone stronger than him. Super excited. I love when I meet artists and I'm like, damn, you're so much fucking better than me. Like, I get a Vegeta complex. I met my nigga, some guy named Lee in Atlanta, and that was literally what I told him. I said, yo,
That's the homie.
you're my Kakarot.
That's the homie.
You're my Kakarot.
That's the homie right there.
So, I am my own Goku and my own Vegeta. Because I look in the mirror and I say, that nigga's dope. I love the shit that I make. I love the shit that I make.
That's an
That
awesome.
shit's dope.
That's an awesome quote to end on. And on that note, this was another episode of Kickin' It. This is Sky Bento. Be dropping your project next month. Hopefully this will be out before that drops.
Sky fucking Bento, please say the motherfucking Bento. Shout out to the 8-Pass, shout out Lessons Over Losses. Shout out to your fucking self for tuning in with us. And shout out to my brother Coog, the Daily Note. R.I.P. Nipsey.
Absolutely. Have a good night, guys. Or
Smoke weed, drink water.
Ain't been following the rules. You grew up with a silver spoon. We was dropping out of school. Threw a party out in Providence. 100 bitches in the pool.